Hello and welcome. I'm the Theory Detective, and these lessons will uncover the mystery of music theory. Now for our second sharp scale, the D major scale, starting way down here on this very low D. I'm going to put a nice capital D to remember. Now remember, in the D major scale, we actually have two sharps now. We got the first sharp from G major scale, that's the F sharp. And we got the second sharp from the D major scale. So we added a sharp on. So that's the C sharp, our second one. So let's find those sharps. We have our D, our E, and then our F. So I'm going to add in a big sharp here, our G, A, B, and there's our C. So I'm going to add another sharp in there. And finally our D again. And put in the numbers, remember we start with the bottom. So since it's a D major scale, we start with D. So we're going to count 1, put it like this, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 1 again. And you can go ahead and put 8 in parentheses if you like. So now we have all of the numbers. Let's figure out what the chords are. We want our one chord, and then we want to find the two powerhouses. The one chord is also called the tonic. And the tonic, that just means tone, as we've said before. So we're going to start with the one chord here, and I'm going to give it a big Roman numeral I for 1. There's our D, and we're going to skip over the E and go to the F sharp. So here's our F. So we skip up, and then the F needs to be sharp, so we're going to go ahead and add that. Again, before, always put the sharp before the note. Sharp, then the note, or the accidental, then the note. And skip up again. So there's our F sharp, and then there's our A. And that gives us our D major chord. Our tonic chord, or one chord. And I'll go ahead and change the I here to the 1. Or excuse me, to the Roman numeral 1. Now, what about the other powerhouses? Or the powerhouses? We have our tonic chord, or our one chord, the D major. Well, what about the other ones? Well, for that we want a fifth above and a fifth below. Because a fifth above and a fifth below drive the music back to the tonic or the one chord. So we want to find those ones. A fifth above, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're going to be right here. That's our A. And there's our A. So here's our A chord. Skip up to C, but notice the C is sharp, so we have to go ahead and add in our second sharp, our C sharp, and skip up to E. And now we have our A major chord, and that's our 5 chord. I'm going to go ahead and give it the Roman numeral 5, V for 5, and here as well, change that V for 5. So here's our D chord. And here's our A chord. I'm going to give you the D again way up high so we can count below. There's our I for our 1, for our tonic chord, our 1 chord. And then actually let me show you on the scale. So we're right here. Here's our 1. And we're going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So a fifth below is our 4 chord. And our 4 chord is the G chord. So it's right here. Here's our G line. And there's our G chord. Skip up to B and skip up to D. And that gives us our I, V, our 4 chord. And I'll go ahead and give that. There we are. I'll go ahead and give that here, our G chord, our D chord, our be confused, so we're going to get rid of this. It's just to mark that it's a fifth below. So we have a fifth above, and that gives us our 5 chord. And we have a fifth below, and that gives us our 4 chord. Excuse me, the fifth below, and that gives us our 4 chord. So let me change this as well. I-V, Roman numeral 4. So now we have our 1 chord, our 5 chord, and our 4 chord. So notice how these chords are actually recycling. In the key of G, or the scale of G, the 1 chord was the G chord. In the scale of C, or the key of C, the 5 chord was the G chord. So we're using the same chords over again. Okay, go ahead and take out your flashcards. The 1 chord, Roman numeral 1, I, in the key of D major, and that of course is D major. You can see on the reverse side, D major, or D major chord. The 5 chord, and then on the reverse side, A major chord. And finally, the 4 chord, and on the reverse side, the G major chord. Add those to your practice pile, and as always, have a great day.